Frozen is a movie I don't like very much, but it did have a huge impact on Disney history. Frozen was so huge it catapulted Disney back into the mainstream and they became the juggernaut they are today. Before Frozen, Disney was making films like Chicken Little, Home on the Range, Brother Bear. The time before Frozen, but after the 90s, was not the greatest era for Disney. Before even the movie came out, characters were dropped into the parks and their meet and greet stations spread like wildfire, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. Frozen was released on November 27, 2013. Even before that, Frozen had a scene in World of Color in Disney's California Adventure in California. The original scene was Elsa singing Let It Go, of course, what else is she gonna sing? Olaf was featured in the winter version of the show that same year. Frozen wasn't done in Disneyland yet. Elsa and Anna would start having meet and greets in 2013. This was also the first time Olaf had an animatronic in a theme park, because there was an Olaf animatronic on the top of the building that would have catchphrases that Olaf said, and sometimes they weren't catchphrases, they were just things that the person with the microphone was saying. Disney World needed some attention from Frozen. They really didn't, wish they didn't, but they needed some attention. So they plopped Anna and Elsa at Epcot in the Norway Pavilion in 2013. Also 2013 they put Anna and Elsa in Disney's Hollywood Studios, again wasting no time there because the movie wasn't even out yet. Frozen wasn't done taking over the world yet. In fact, it just begun. In 2014, Frozen got a Disney on Ice segment and a whole show that toured around the US. Frozen has never left Disney on Ice and is still part of the show today. In Hollywood Studios over the summer of 2014, an event would occur called Frozen Summer Fun. This event was only during the summer and had parades, meet and greets, fireworks, and opened a new show that would become a hit. For the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration opened in the Premiere Theater and quickly became a fan favorite. And finally, the Premiere Theater had a show that ran for more than 5 years. They have not had a good track record in that theater. Before it was the American Idol experience, and The Sounds Dangerous starring Drew Carey, and then something before that, and before that, and before that. For the first time in forever, would also open overseas in 2015, except in Shanghai, because the park itself wasn't open yet. That was in 2016, because Shanghai actually opened in 2016. But back in 2014, Epcot closed Maelstrom. And why is this important? Because Maelstrom was going to be the future home of the Frozen ride that would not open up in 2016. More on that later. Over in Disneyland California Adventure, to be exact, the Olaf walk-around character would debut. Olaf would later debut in Disney's Hollywood Studios, where I got to meet him. He was cool. He gave me a hug. We talked about summer. It was pretty nice. If I would have to pick a favorite character from Frozen, it would be Olaf. Sorry about that, Kermit. I hit Kermit in the eye. Also, in a section of Disney's California Adventure at Disneyland, the Frozen Fun event started on January 7th, 2015. Meet and greets and shows took over Disney's California Adventure. Disneyland's version of Muppet Vision 3D closed to make way for the show, for the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration. The show doesn't run anymore in California Adventure, and has been replaced with Mickey's For Her Magic 2 years ago or last year. The Frozen Fun event also had new shops with merch, Anna and Elsa meet and greet, a dance party, and Olaf Snowfest, where you can meet Olaf himself or go to the kids area with a playground and musical performances. 2015 was a big year for Frozen in the parks. Not only did they start having events, they got parts in fireworks and castle projections Frozen even got its own fireworks show for a limited time in Hollywood studios. But in 2016, something opened that would be the pinnacle of the Frozen phenomenon.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I said before Maelstrom closed in 2014 to make way for a Frozen ride. In 2016, Frozen Ever After opened. This was great for Frozen fans. You have your own ride. Everything's in one place now. Meet and greet and a ride. What more could you ask for? But for someone like me that doesn't like Frozen to begin with, and was getting sick of it being shoved everywhere, we're very annoyed by this. Arendelle is a made-up land. It's never been said where it is. Apparently, it's in Norway. Well, that's never established in the movie. Would you put a Big Hero 6 ride in Japan just because San Francisco looks like Tokyo? No, you wouldn't do that because the movie never establishes where it is. Frozen Ever After is the epitome of a fast-track ride. They didn't have any time to build anything new, so they reskinned every single scene. On the ride, today is the day that Elsa saved Anna by an act of true love, and to celebrate, Elsa bestowed an official summer snow day in Arendelle. On the ride, you're on your way to Arendelle, but then you come across some animatronic, Anna, Elsa, Sven, Kristoff, Olaf, and the huge snowman Marshmallow. And of course, you get chased by Marshmallow, wacky hijinks ensue, every, stuff that normally happens on a ride. I've gone on it twice. It's not as bad as the concept is, but I will not go on it again, probably, because I don't like it that much. In Disneyland, Frozen's domination is not over either. Frozen Live at the Hyperion opens in 2016 and replaces Aladdin, a musical spectacular. Again, making many fans angry. It's a retelling of the story we've heard 1,000 times, but some scenes were removed, like the marshmallow scene, poor Marshmallow, and the store scene. The guy wandering Oakens, guy with the sauna. That store scene. This show is also on the Disney Cruise Line. I got to see it on the ship, and it was better to see it live. I don't like the movie, so by default, I didn't really like the show. But it was better than the movie somehow, and the actors and actresses did a good job on the ship performance that I saw. Funny enough, the Aladdin show that Frozen replaced in Disneyland is also on the ship, and was the night before Frozen. Frozen kind of slowed down in the parks for 2 years, not in the mainstream, by any means. Frozen had a short come out in 2017 called Olaf's Frozen Adventure, and I have not seen it because in 2017 I was way over Frozen. In 2018, Ralph Breaks the Internet came out, and in the film, the Oh My Disney scene featured Anna and Elsa. They got a new look, with Anna wearing shorts and a flannel, and Elsa wearing a shirt that says, "Just let it go." No, that's not clever. In 2019, nothing really happened Frozen-wise, right? Right? Oh yeah, the sequel came out, and broke the box office yet again. Frozen 2, I like. I have a full review on it, but long story short, I like it. But it's not one of my favorite Disney films. In the parks, Anna and Elsa got new looks. The dresses they wear in Frozen 2 debuted. They still wear these dresses today when they're in a character cavalcade. And that brings us to 2020, the year that started out great, not a care in the world. Frozen 2 Enchanted Journey opened up in Disneyland Paris. It's classified as a show, but after looking at videos of it, it is a parade. All normal, right? Yes. Until March 13th, when all Disney parks had closed. Walt Disney World opened back up on July 11th, but Disneyland has yet to open, and because of that, Frozen Live at the Hyperion had its last showing, because in October of last year, Disney confirmed that it had permanently closed. No word on the cruise ship version yet. So that is the takeover the world takeover of Frozen from 2013 to now. I think you can understand now why some people don't like Frozen. First of all, the movie isn't that great. I'm sorry. The movie is not that great. Frozen 2 is good. The movie, first one, it's not. Especially after all that hype that it went through, they plopped Frozen. Frozen was, Anna and Elsa, there's 4 parks at Disney World. Anna and Elsa had a meet and greet. And every single one of them at one point. So, I'm just kind of burnt out. It's way, 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 way overhyped. But it has cool history and important history. If you did enjoy this video, hit that like button and consider subscribing. It would mean a lot to me. And comment down below if you like Frozen, if you don't, if you remember when Anna and Elsa literally took over Disney World. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Have a magical day, everybody.